Hey, hey, hey! What's going on, everybody? It is Monday, 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 Motivational Monday. You know how we do. It's always an absolute blast to come here every Monday and talk about the weekend first off, and then technically give you guys just some nuggets, some few different things to hopefully motivate your day and definitely springboard you into the rest of the week. My name is Amir Sealy, aka A-Rock Sealy, and this weekend and just today was just an incredible situation. I got to bring my partner in crime, who I hung out with the entire weekend, just about, who just made everything look phenomenally easy. And it's not till you're there and you're a part of it do you really understand how great and what this man does and how proficient he is at it. My partner talent, I hope he's in the building. We need to bring him on in so we can chop it up and find out. Hey, T, what's going
Hey,
on? Salute,
salute, King.
King. Salute, salute,
What
salute.
what a weekend.
What a weekend,
Let
sir.
me let me say, you ain't gonna believe how this weekend was so crazy. I mean, you can believe it because you was there. You know what Roxanne's trying to say. Please believe it, please.
Yes.
You was there to bear witness. So, but it's it got emotional, right? Um, Somebody cried. It was so good. Somebody actually cried to me at the bar, literal tears. I had to say, "Yo, please don't cry." And then after the fact, when I finally got home and started getting ready for box seats and all that, I cried.
Wow.
I was looking at something, I think on I think I was scrolling and something popped up in my Facebook about the weekend, and it was a shot. It was this great shot of a crowd laughing really hard. And it was my Friday night show in Maryland, right? And it was such a intricate crowd shot. You could see all these individuals like at this hysterical laugh, like gut busting, like, oh, like it was so much, you could see like make out about 20, 30 people really clearly. And
Mhm.
I'm just staring at this damn picture, bro. And I got emotional and reverted back to talking to the girl Dawn, who, let me explain to you. Dawn is, remember, there's a short young lady who had the black and white print kind of suit on. She ended up
Yes.
talking at the end of the night with OC and them sitting at the bar.
Yes.
So that's Dawn. Dawn is a great friend of Tina Graham, right? So she
Okay.
goes back to the beginning of this shit when we first in the 90s. And she was like, kept saying, come in, come in. I'm like, 1 minute, 1 minute, because I'm trying to do everything at one time. Trying to do payroll. I'm trying to make sure that the check is paid, and all this type of shit. And then I got to get out of it because I got a funeral in the morning. But when I finally get over to her, she just was talking and then trying to talk and express her gratitude. She start crying. Now,
Mm.
mind you, again, like I said, I know it from the beginning. So when she said, no, you don't understand, T, I know all y'all. I used to work with blah, 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 Bob Sumner and Tina Graham when y'all was building everything. She said, so I feel like we all know each other and we cool, which she's correct, right? So when she calls me, she never calls me, never, barely comes out. So when you call and say, hey, can you put me on a list? Give me two tickets. No problem, Dawn. You good. So she starts crying like, you don't understand. Like, we all came up together in this thing. And so I know you guys. I know you. I know Hamburg. I know TK. I know Jay. Like, all that Jersey, people who ran through that Jersey thing, she knows. So she was like, and I would call them the same way I text you or inbox you. Hey, can you blah, blah, blah? Or can you shop my business card out or whatever? She said everybody asked her for money. How much you going to pay to do it, whatever, whatever. And I just put on, she said that just meant so much to me. Like, I couldn't believe, like, no matter what I asked them, they want some money. I say, hey, here's my business card. Can you plug whatever? How much you going to pay me? Hey, can you, me and my girlfriend come to the show. How much you going to pay me? And so she just got emotional last night, bro, and was crying. And the funny thing I bring her up for is, I say that go back to the 90s. That's where this weekend reminded me of, for the energy of comedy. Comedy, believe it or not, is going through a renaissance and a rebirth. And it feels like you can feel it. When I'm out and I'm doing this thing, you feel that it's back to that energy, that wow. It's back to that wow years. We call the 90s like the wow years because it was so eye-opening and amazing because you hadn't seen this before at this magnitude until the 90s. Like we would, before the 90s when Def Jam and Comic View and all that took over, you would see one comic at a time. You would see Red Fox, you would see Richard Pryor, you would see Bill Cosby, you would see Robin Harris, you would see, you know what I mean, Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
So until the 90s came and ushered all this new wave of these urban comics from the inner city through, it was a wow movement, a whole renaissance. That's what it feels like all over again. This weekend was crazy, and we kicked it off. I'm gonna go back to Maryland because Friday I took over and produced the weekend at Ruger's and said, okay, give me Friday, Saturday. I said I gotta do something different every night. Friday I did, the ladies. I did the Diva Show, what I call the Diva Show, hosted by my girl Roxanne Shante, which will be on here right now, except this is the same hour her show is on Sirius XM. But I have one of the young ladies back stage. I know Vernita's back there. Let's bring Vernita up to the front, bring Amir back in as we welcome her to Motivational Monday Living Room. Miss Vernita Bostic. She's there. There she go. What up, darling?
Hey, what's good? Hello.
First of all, now I'm mad I missed y'all, right? I was already mad, but then as the night going on, I'm getting all these play-by-play texts and this excitement, this and phone calls, that. Like, I heard y'all destroyed the Diva Night on Friday.
That Friday night was crazy. First of all, I thought you were hosting. I had no idea it was going to be Roxanne. You know what I'm saying? It was already dope having her. I thought she was just a guest. And I'm not going to front. A part of me was like, she's a rapper. I'm like, she's hosting? I'm like, ain't nobody going to set the room for us with jokes and material? Yo, this sis killed it. She was natural. She told us backstage that she hosted and everything, but she said it was her first time hosting at a comedy event. But she was natural. Right. She was dope. She was funny. The crowd was with her. So she set the room right. I opened it up, and then you had Onika killing it. You had Stephanie killing it. You had Ray Diva killing it. Like, all those ladies were killing it.
Nice.
It was such a dope night. You had a sister yelling out, "Talk your shit, sis." That's when Black women are really feeling you. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking back. So they were really feeling it. They loved it. It was such a powerful night, and I'm so thankful that you thought enough about me to be a part of that.
Oh, no problem, man. I mean, I've watched you come into your own, so I always appreciate that the most. Like, the guys before me, that's the thing they said they appreciate the most. Like the late great Monteria Ivy, Terry Hodges, Bill Bellamy, all those guys watched us come from literally barely got 2 minutes, don't know what the hell we talking about, to coming into our own. And when we get together, it's like a big family reunion. So all of you guys have that connection with me, myself. Roxanne's my sis, and I know more what she can do than she thinks she can do. Mm-hmm. I keep trying to tell her she's a personality in herself. So just her getting up there saying hello and telling you about her fucking day will be like material for somebody else. Yes. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you guys had a good time. When I tell you I got updates, play-by-play. Now I'm in Maryland trying to do that show, and I'm going to play-by-play and and it was like, oh my God. And like Stephanie, I love Stephanie to death, but Stephanie could be a professional hater if she wanted to, right? So when Stephanie hit me and said, yo, she did 15 up front and put in parentheses, but a good 15 though, right? Because she was like worried about the time because they was thinking about doing a second show. But I was like, no, don't even worry about it. I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. You girls are there for a reason. You ladies got a call because I can rest assured and deal with y'all and leave y'all alone. All professionals, right. All consistent. And you know what I love about it? You got these total of 5 women, Amir, come from 5 different styles and talking about 5 different things, which is amazing.
Nice.
And I just have to say, out of those 5 women, none of us cried. Nobody cried on our side. Nobody cried. So
that's a good thing. That means you guys have elevated your emotions to that next level. You're in there, you ready, game ready. You backstage. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. It's not. I'm not. I'm not scared.
I'm
So
just
that's a
saying, Talent
beautiful
was
thing.
crying. We as women, we weren't crying. I'm just,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just saying,
It's, it's,
you know.
Listen, men could cry, yo.
They can, and I embrace that. I encourage that.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make a point, you know, that we didn't, you know.
men can cry. See, that's the stigma that we done got stuck with. So here's the thing: men know when to cry. You gotta know when. You can't just boo-hoo
that's
any
the
old
key
way.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I come on the show and tell y'all I cried. You ain't gonna see me.
I was about to say, I've known you for like 10 years. Like, I've never seen you shed a tear. I didn't know, even though your tear ducts were still working.
I was
So that's good to
sitting,
know.
and I was sitting at my desk, and I'm on my computer, and I see this picture, and I said to me, and I'm like, that's a nice crowd picture. But I zoom in, and I'm telling, when I tell you I'm looking at individual faces, because there's a lot of things that when we're doing in real time, we don't have the time to do. We don't have the time to be on stage and look at individual faces of laughter like that. You would not get through your jokes. Like people get on me all the time. One thing I didn't realize I did for over a decade is I go up there with my Heineken bottle. But one day, motherfucker said, and this was just like 6-7 years ago. He said, "Yo, man, you be driving me crazy. You're a funny nigga, but you never drink it." Now, you couldn't tell me I was sipping my beer every time I was up there. So I started looking at the tape, and I'm like, I'm not sipping. I keep
it's a prop.
Let me tell you something. And another thing, yo, I said, yo, this motherfucker right. I don't sip it. You couldn't have told me, I'm 30 years in. For the first 15 years, you couldn't have told me that I wasn't sipping that. Right. So, and when they told me that, and I said, motherfucker tripping. Maybe he talking about one show. Then I started watching the show. Motherfucker, right. Like every show, you be like, hey, what's up? You know, talking, yeah, you know, and as soon as you do this, list. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of fake me outs, right? So I was like, yo, so when I'm looking at this picture, I got a minute to really take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at something like that, I can literally through this picture feel the levity and the therapeuticness of making these people laugh by looking at it, seeing it snap and stop in real time. I'm talking about like all these shits and I'm just sitting there like, wow. Like, do you know how many times you've done that? That's what I'm sitting there, and I got emotional. I started thinking about, you know, my mom not here no more, my dad not here, my like all the people who seen the beginning of the journey, and probably lasted some of the ride, but still not here, and the ride's still going on. You know, so much more to do. So I just got emotional, maybe. But I one thing I said I'm gonna do today, I hit Amir. I said we're gonna talk about this positive ass weekend we had because it's crazy when I tell you, man. It's crazy. Let's bring some more people in the living room. Onika's here. Bring Onika in. My girl Sharonda's here. She was there as well all week. Onika, what up?
What up?
Hey,
You know,
y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
I gotta talk real fast because I got StreamYard on my phone, and you know it's a little suspect on your phone. I tried to put it on my laptop, but the shit won't load. So we had a good time.
So tell me about Friday, man. Where you rank the show on a scale of 1 to 10?
It was so I was coming off of a show in St. Thomas that was and when I tell you, you know how sometimes you have a show and you be like, where's Netflix? You niggas need to sideways. Like, like it was like that. Like I couldn't believe the perspectives were so different, but so dope. It's like, you know, you get up the stage and you say to yourself, top that. And the bitch was like, all right. And they did. So I was like, well, damn, all right. It was so good. It felt so good. It was so many women. Just the sisterhood was resounding in there. It was so dope. Like it was because I'm real cute, you know, so haters be there. But this time, they wasn't even hating on my good looks or nothing. I was like, well, damn. It was good. It was good.
It's Women's Month, and I'm glad you said that you felt the energy in there with all the other sisters and everything, because that's important. That's what it was designed to be. You know what I mean? And a long time, and we could talk about some real shit that women sometimes don't support women. Like women can be very catty, and we see that in comedy for years. You know, years. Like we would get a theater, and we put on there's an earthquake in there, sell the theater out. Then we'll bring some more, and we could have sold 300-400 more 100 seats. Like, not that some more is not as popular. It's not that it's not as funny. It's just that she's a woman, and been paid certain things. Let's face it. Do the numbers. You can check behind me. This is a fact. Every form of entertainment, women are the ticket buyers.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You may say to yourself, "Oh, well, what about boxing? What about the Super Bowl?" Yeah, nigga, they bought those too. They gifted them. You looking at the crowd, you see niggas and think they bought the ticket. No, they women bought the women is on top of stuff. They just always are, and they are not afraid to invest in making themselves feel good.
And happy. Yeah.
That's what special. Like while niggas sit around and they ain't never seen no real sand and beach. Women in the Aruba,
17 countries. Yep.
Jamaica, they come back, they take all these places. This nigga, you can't get this nigga from Coney Island.
True.
You know what I mean? Women, that's what make women special and make them different. I just wanted to give you flowers real quick. Onika, I know you got your class to go to. Thank you for popping in and shouting your ladies.
Hey, Sharonda, what's up?
Love you all.
I love y'all.
What about me?
I was saying it.
No, say Sharonda.
Wait a minute, I ain't get to you. I ain't think you was hanging out yet.
Miss Bostic, golly.
I'm sorry, Onika. I'm sorry.
He just talked about all the good love. This
I know.
start acting crazy. This is the
She
problem.
backsliding already.
Black women, it's from each other. Because you mentioned is crazy sometimes. Like sometimes I've got to protect my edges from y'all. Like you know I got alopecia. Got this damn hair on the top. Have a good day, guys.
Yo, you are stupid. And here's the thing, the bigger I want y'all to understand. The shout out to the Olsons, the couple that own the group. This is opportunity. When you rip up these opportunity for you guys to reach out, network, and say, hey, I would come here and do blah, blah, blah. You a door deal, and that's your money and your pay and all that good stuff. But this is what we all here for. We all supposed to shoulders, climb connections, and each one teach one and pass it on. And I appreciate both of you. Thank y'all so much.
Love you, Benita. I love you, Benita.
Love you too, Sharonda. All
right.
Give it up for my girls right there. That's Onika McLean. That's Benita Bostic up in this joint. They held it down. Shout out to Stephanie McCrae who came through. Can't call her that no more. She got a divorce, so she don't want to be that.
Yeah, don't disrespect her like that.
No, fuck that. You pick this nigga. I'm doing us. You pick this nigga. Y'all pick the nigga. Then y'all get in your little ways and shit. Nah, your nigga.
Don't put that name.
You still friends with the nigga. All right, they come in the room. You playing dominoes with niggas. Really? What happened? You know I'm fucking with nigga. We still cool?
Yeah. I ain't mad at him. You don't fuck with him no more.
He bought the Dominicans.
Yeah, in the Casamigos. He bought the Casamigos too.
He gonna be here a minute. Sharonda, we talking about the weekend. This is Sharonda Rogers. For those that don't know, this is my ace boom coon that been holding it down. Girl, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You 2-3 times a day for 4 days straight with this, that, and the third, and you got it all done.
I appreciate that.
And I appreciate that. And here's a funny shit. It's an inside joke, Amir. So the calendars, right, that I get and sell. So because the dude live in Jersey and because Sharonda's in Jersey, I'm like, yo, Sharonda, this nigga, get the calendars. And then when I see you, I get the count, put them in the car, right? She's like, oh, T, this nigga, he be trying to shoot a shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're a grown fucking woman. I don't even worry about shit, right? So she wait till the day up to call me back. So, yo, you know what? The nigga live close to the club. You think that it's okay the nigga just bring him to the club? Like, cause she'll, right? So I said, no, the whole point is he want them dudes. I'm very busy. I'm running. I'm on my skates. He want them dudes that want to be in the head and I ain't got the time. I says, this is why I want you to be the buffer, get the joints, so I ain't got to worry about him coming to the club, beat me in the head. She's like, all right, I got you, right? So she get there, she go, listen, I got him, bring him here, but I'm going to go outside and meet him. Ain't no need for him coming here. Put him in the car, boom. I said, whatever, man. As long as he ain't fucking beat me, I'm on skates. You know, this nigga came in the club last night. That nigga came over. Hey, man, I felt I'd be remiss. You right in my...
He said, I had to make sure I came and say hi.
Right,
mess up your whole vibe. You like, sir.
So once that nigga came to me and you know what I did, right? Sharonda,
Sharonda.
Here. Sharonda right there. Look who's here. Yeah, nigga. Go shoot.
Audible. Omaha.
You supposed to be on my side, yo.
He shot me a look like...
But look, Audibles is being called all night. It is a good thing. Look, for those of y'all who don't know, Friday was incredible. Like I said, I wasn't there for that. But Saturday and Sunday, listen, let me just tell y'all. First of all, mad props and kudos, like I said, and shout out to Talent for the weekend as a whole, as a collective, because it was an incredibly, wonderfully packed comedy show from end to end, all 3 nights. I got the pleasure of being there for Saturday night, and I got the pleasure of being there for Sunday night. Saturday night was another incredible show, in and including Talent's close with this gentleman who had these corduroys on that we still laugh about. Not to mention a sable coat. For those of y'all who remember Saturday
white
night,
sable.
it was a
white
beautifully
sable.
warm evening. This brother had on a white sable coat, and he was a big guy. He wasn't no little dude. So just imagine a super huge white sable coat in like
He had the
65
original corduroys on. They was
in like
original.
65-degree weather. We in there like, what in the polar bear is going on here? It
Right.
was, it was hilarious.
Oh, man.
Then after, there was like, it's one thing to go to the show, guys, but it's a whole other thing to be there for the after show after the show. Because the jokes that were flying after the show were even in some cases funnier than the actual show themselves.
Oh,
my man from Philly, when he said that line about, yo, I thought I did terrible until homie went up. He said, then my show went from a 7 to a 9. Yo, I was laughing at that I was laughing at that till this morning. I was still laughing. I was like, yo, that is super funny. So you had that.
And he didn't even do that. Like,
yeah. He did good.
Nobody did bad per se. Like
nobody.
This is where they make mistakes at. And I try to tell them any chance I get, like, stop comparing what you hear for you and what you hear for me. I mean, don't get caught up in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Easily get caught up in that and go, oh yeah, it was okay, but they ain't scream laugh. They scream laugh when you said that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that shit. That's the host. That's the glue keeping the vibe and energy on a certain playing field. Because I could easily be the worst host and not that funny, and everybody got to go up there and work extra hard to get a fucking laugh. So it's the other way. Don't compare it. Do you work on your craft and see what that is? Speaking of working on craft, we got another guest in. Speaking of the weekend, T. Ray Sanders off the fucking meter.
I have to say, it's my first time ever seeing him.
Bring him in. Keep talking, Sharon.
First time ever seeing him, and when I tell you, T-Ray, I had tears. I'm still talking about the jokes from that night. I'm telling you, you straight murdered the scene. You walked off of that stage. I was so happy to have been in the building to actually witness that, because you is one funny mother.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
I appreciated all of that.
You brought the pain. Let me tell you what I appreciate as a comic. I'm gonna look at it a little different. We talk all the time or text all the time and stay on each other's radar, but we'll bounce around and maybe get a chance to work with each other once or twice a year, right? Mm-hmm. Over the time, what I appreciate, he's a comics comic because it wasn't the same set. He came in there. Brother been working on his stuff and got a rack of jokes and another rack of jokes, another rack. So it's like professional comic. Like, what rack I'm gonna do tonight, right?
Right.
Like, rack I'm gonna hit him with. And you went up there, bro. And the only thing that pains me as a lover of comedy, a comedy connoisseur, if you will, and the host running the show is like, you'd be like, damn, I wish I had 10 more minutes to give each of these.
Yeah.
You know, just funny it is, but I gotta cram all this funny into this 2-hour window or whatever it is. But I was like, bro, hats off to you. How did you feel about this weekend, man?
Man, I loved the whole thing, the energy, everything, man. And I was, and you know what, man? I was having fun. I saw you was having fun. So, shit, I'm gonna have fun too. Man, that nigga up there having a ball. Shit, and I felt that. I was watching the whole show. I said, man, all he doing is having fun. And then I wasn't scared to switch sets. You know, I was working on material, like you were saying.
Yeah, I seen it. And what I love about last night is the best comedy to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sharon, you done seen a lot of this shit for the last 25 years. Amir, same thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. The best comedy experience is when you're laughing at the presentation, the show on stage and all that. But then when it's over, you can have a drink, joke, and a laugh and a
facts.
Yes.
Everybody's tell it to Jeff Fox. Jeff Fox came out.
Right.
Motherfucking Jeff building, hanging out. Motherfucking Dave Shepard, promoter from Brooklyn, and he was hanging out afterwards. By the time I had to leave out of it, I said, this motherfucker was still laughing at the bar. Two bitches on each side. Oh,
incredible. What you call it? We lost.
Was too.
Yeah. It was like I said, the show was incredible. The everybody from start to finish absolutely murdered it. But then, like you said, it was the camaraderie and the chilling after, and the kind of just getting the talk and the fellowship and the so into each other. It was like I said, the stallions incredible. Like you couldn't buy that.
You know, that's one of the biggest things that I've actually loved about comedy and being in this for so long as I have, is that you really get to know people. You know, like you really get to know people for who they are. And, it's one thing to see them on stage. And then when you come off stage and they're kind of more relaxed and they maybe off of that high or, whatever the case may be, it's so to just connect with them. And I was able to do that with T-Ray, and it was just so much fun. He was like full of information. He was giving me so much information. We was just like really kicking it. And that's one of the because I'm such a people person, that is one of the biggest things that has kept me, being around comedy. I've remained loyal to the game because I really do meet a lot of people. They become friends. Amir, yourself, you become family. Talent I met, 30 years ago who's become family. So that is what I love about comedy, and that it still exists.
Yeah.
And that there's that's still a part of comedy. Although comedy has changed a tremendous deal, I feel like that part of it, I don't think we can ever lose. As long as we keep that and keep people around us who are in like minds. It's so dope. So Teray, I was so happy to have met you last night, to talk to you off on the side, to connect with you, to get your information and exchange all of that. So it was really, really dope. I'm definitely inspired, and this is what keeps me here. It's what keeps me here.
But correct me if I'm wrong, T-Ray. Do you feel like I was saying earlier in the show, the beginning of the show, I feel that energy, that 90s comedy energy back.
I do too. Yeah. And plus, guess what, Talent? We on the internet too.
Yeah.
I told the internet, come here, I said, yeah, y'all making money and everything, but we can do both now.
Right.
You got back. They gotta learn that. Ain't no manual for what we do.
No shit, no. Bruh, it ain't a crowd we ain't seen. It's like we like an NFL quarterback. It ain't a defense we ain't seen.
Yeah.
So I told on the show today, early this morning, bro, I looked at a picture. This photographer this weekend in Maryland took these great crowd shots. And one particular shot, bro, he caught everybody in that section with mid laugh, like mid gut busting. And I'm just staring at this thing. That joint brought me to tears, man, because that's something that simple. People would think that we would look at that all the time, but we actually don't get to. We got to perform. So in performing, we see little, it's like watching ESPN at 1 a.m. Everything's a highlight. Like you don't really zero in and take it all in like that because you're the guy in the light that's giving the performance. So just think for 10 minutes, man, it just overwhelmed me, man. And all I thought about was old girl that broke down crying Dawn that was at the bar with
At the bar with you guys. Yeah.
and when she called me over at a moment, she was like, yo, this feels so fucking good. Like to get out, to touch my comrades, and it's all good. And she just felt the love in the building like crazy. And I was like, well, we do this show all the time, but she don't come out all the time. And it's been a long time. So the few times that she tried to, I think she mentioned TK Kirkland, she mentioned Jay's, a couple of comedians, from that Jersey scene. And she was like, yo, when she goes to reach out or try to come to the show, everybody act like she's a stranger, or how can they get money? You know what I mean? And she's just, I don't know what the card is, but she's a person that's trying to plug her business. I think she got a catering business or something like this. The card.
Oh, that's the potato girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but every time she asked me, plug the card, how much you gonna pay me? And she was like, I came up with you, like we friends or whatever. Right. So that moment was that regurgitated back on me when I had my moment earlier in the day. But brother, I just want to say you're always welcome. You know what I mean? You know how this go.
Yeah.
And thank you for being patient because we had bumped the last day, we double booked, we had to do it again. And you don't live around the corner, so I appreciate you being able to do it and making time.
Bro, I'm honored to work with you, man. I'm happy to work with you. Happy to work with all of y'all cats, man.
Such a pleasure.
Well, this week, get some more dates, brother.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable.
Yes.
What is to do it? Thank you, Soldier. Great job.
See, it's so funny that you say that because I saw that same photo.
You seen it?
Yeah, and I was like, all I could say was, "Wow!" Like for someone to capture that, you're right. You don't see that. That's not something that you see.
When you look at it in a glance, you're like, okay, it's a crowd shot. But when you look at it, and I a little thing on Facebook where you make it a little bigger, like big, but you could do it like this. So you get it. I'm sitting there looking table by table, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Whatever the fuck I was saying up there, you can't see me.
Yeah.
So fuck, I'm saying at what point is it? That's what makes it so intriguing. It's like, what part is that they like that? that's
all of it.
That's how. Yeah, what part was that?
Yeah.
But it's a good thing, man. So we hope that we got through to these people. And all I can think about is a grown crowd. When the grown crowd come out, anytime I'm around grown folks, it make me think about kids, right? And I went to the movies the other day with the kids. I feel like Tom Brady. Fuck these kids. Tom Brady went 2 weeks and unretired. That nigga woke up 2 weeks in his old bed and said, man, fuck this.
Get back on this road. Get back in shape. I'm not built for this home life.
Hey, when a man traded a comfortable home and bed to go get beat up on by some other men, his house is fucked up. That nigga said, I'm out of this place. Fuck all this shit, yo. So I take these kids, I make a plan to take them to the movie. I'm very proud of my kids because my kids, period, their communication skills in the basement. Like you gotta reach out to these kids because God forbid, they communication in the basement. So praise God, last Sunday, I get a text from my son. Hey, Dad, it's spring break. We're gonna be home for a week. So you want to grab a movie or something? I'm like, actually, yeah, I do. I want to see the Batman. I said, you know what? I can see the Batman. All right, cool. So me, him, his sister. Of course, I try to get my other daughter to go. This bitch got a hair appointment. Fuck her. So I go. I understand that if you've never been to the movies with me, I say this all the time. People laugh at me all the time. Some people think I'm a little crazy. Just how I am. We respect how each other are. Everybody got me. She laughing. Me in the movies, Amir. I'm very serious about my popcorn, bro. I feel like no. I feel like, don't get me wrong. This is the difference. This is the difference in us being our parents' kids. When I was a kid, my mother had 6 kids. When I was a kid and we had the luxury of my grandfather, somebody taking us to the movie, we all had to share popcorn. You know, we wasn't rich, so you got a couple of large bags, divvy between 5, 6 kids at a time, and that's what it was. Now, fast forward, I like to believe we're a little better off than our parents, most of us. So when I say I'm gonna go to the movies, I got a couple of options, because otherwise I wouldn't commit, because I don't believe in going to movies and choking and can't get nothing to drink or now later or something. I don't believe in that. I believe it all goes together as a package. However, with that being said, my fucking popcorn, right touch, and they learned this shit dumb young. So I don't know what the fuck made them even try me, right? So when I remember the Happy Feet in IMAX. This is how fucking big kid I am. I watch cartoons in IMAX. So I'm in IMAX with Happy Feet. This shit all big and everything. Now I ask these motherfuckers on the way in, what y'all get, whatever y'all. They get a little candy, kids, because they figure they got popcorn. They don't need to get another one. Yes, it is a need to get another one. These motherfuckers. I'm like this, the Happy Feet shit. It's all big and shit, and I just see I see this little light skinned hand come over, like hovering, about to reach in my popcorn. I'm over. Ow! That's what the fuck are you doing? So I was just getting a little popcorn. I asked you.
What?
Out the fuck there.
Yeah.
Yo. So he's sitting there with the cry face. He done. So I said, do you want some popcorn? He's like, yeah. I peeled off for 20. Go get you some fucking popcorn. Now, mind you, this is like 10 years ago. So it's a whole different time. I wouldn't do that now because the way they snatching kids up. But I was like, go get you some fucking popcorn. So he goes, attitude, come back. But he got his popcorn. So the movie gets done. We get in the car. We going home. These niggas had the nerve to bring this shit up. So, yo. I remember mother was like, so how was it? Dad be bugging. I said, Dad be bugging. Like, he smacked us. And how kids tell a story. Shit, the visual will be off. He smacked us because we wanted some popcorn. Her whole face was like, you smacked him. First of all, smack him. You think I hit him in the face? Smack. I did the Catholic school teacher shit. So now, fast forward all these years, we had fucking Batman. Go to the concession. Now we running 5 minutes late, but I know we got the previews. So I surround Amir. I go, you know what? Make the shit quick. Y'all go to the concessions. I'm gonna go get the tickets. By the time I get the tickets and they making the concession, meet y'all over there. But we in.
You got a plan.
I said, just get my large popcorn and drink, and get whatever the fuck y'all want. So I get up there. Only thing on the counter is my popcorn and drink. So I look back at these niggas. Time number 2. I said, get what you like on this movie. My son go, you know what? I said, Millie, Millie, you can't touch this shit. Y'all can't touch this. Get what you want. He said, you know what? Let me get some fries. He ordered fries. This little bitch. I lean over, look at her. She go, I'm good. So I get this bitch. All right. You good. 3-hour fucking movie. You good. Okay. Who the fuck is sit through a 2-hour movie without nibbling something? Fuck out of here, right? Okay. Nigga, 25 minutes in this motherfucking Batman, nigga. I'm like, and I see out my riff, this little bitch over here trying to get my attention. I'm ignoring a bit. She leaning up. And I hear the little voice. I changed my mind. I want some. I said, bitch. Now, for the sake of entertainment purposes, I did not say that to That's what I said inside.
Yeah.
Inside, I was doing this shit, a little bitch. But on the outside, I said, what? She said, I want you to get me $10. I said, yo, didn't I ask you? I always got to do that shit. Didn't I ask you out there? Fuck that. Take it tonight. Greedy bitch, come back. $7 she got. Then I see a little hand going to his rides, right? And they're like, once I see the hand leave her station to go to his station, I'm next. So I'm like, yeah.
How was the movie?
Fucking fantastic.
Okay.
The movie. Anybody that didn't see it, go see it. This one here is like the best way to describe it is Batman 1. First of all, I ain't gonna lie. I just knew for a fact this shit was gonna be trash because not for no other reason. I didn't think dude could pull it off. I didn't see him as a Batman. You know what I mean? Like, and I like the actor guy.
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I like Pattinson. I like him as an actor, but I just thought for this, it's gonna be not believable. But the good thing is they did what we call Batman 1. They go back to the beginning. You know, not the established shit. You know, he's only been doing it 2 years, and you know he's on the crime scenes and all that. But the fucking storyline was amazing. This is very different. But I recommend everybody 3 hours. Keep in mind, clear your schedule. But clear your schedule. Don't bring them fucking kids. Fuck them kids, man. My last kid movie. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I mean, and it's interesting that you went with that because I will say this. So, as part of motivation, because you know we do always try to motivate everybody on this Monday. One of the really dope things about yesterday's show in particular was I was approached by a woman named Faye, who was one of our listeners, and she had brought her son to the show, and her son appeared to be a bit of an introvert. So he kind of was a quiet kid. And after the show was over, she came out and she's like, "Man, you know, can I take a picture with you?" So we took pictures, and then I had the opportunity to speak to her son. But I bring that up because, you know, when you talk about being motivated, first of all, Faye coming over to speak to me and say something to me, which she shared with me, she said, "Amir, through, you know, the last 2 years and, you know, the stuff that you've been doing with talent in the last year or so," she said, "I've laughed with you, I've cried with you." She said, "And I thank you so much just for, you know, pouring into us and sewing into us the way that you do." And I was like blown away because I wasn't expecting that. You know, now that we've been doing the show for a while, I'm starting to get approached by people who go, "I'm, you know, such and such," and I'll tune in or I'll watch. And I'm like, wow. So I didn't know that the show was having a profound effect, or what we was doing was having, you know, that much of a profound effect on people the way that it was. But it was really cool that after the show was over, I got a chance again to, you know, just kind of chop it up with a son. And I, you know, just poured into him. And I said, "Look, it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to kind of not know where you are and what you're trying to do with yourself at this particular time." I said, "But if I could give you any advice, what I would say to you is take this time to start figuring out the things that you do that just feel comfortable to you." I said, "Whatever that may be." I said, "And utilize that as a way as you go forward to figure out what you want to do with your life and how you want to, you know, do things specifically with your life." I said, "Because once you find that groove, it's not about work. It's just about doing something that you're passionate about and doing something that you love. And once you start doing that, the rest of it doesn't matter. You just kind of fall into that space and you kind of fall into that energy, and everything else kind of takes hold and runs its own course."
Very
So,
true.
you know, I thought that was really powerful and impactful. That we were even, you know, like I said, that she was there and she had brought her son. So I needed to share that. It was
Shout out
really
to Faye,
touching.
man. I didn't even know she had a son with her. She came over and spoke. Shout out to her, having a good time, and she needed it so bad. Speaking of laughter, this dude over here just entering the living room, Malcolm Hill. Another great point of a comedy show that I got to point out. I love when a nigga was real pussy and scared before they go up, and then they destroy it. That's the best fucking feel. It's the best feel. This nigga, if he asked me one more time what was the order, Yo, what's the order?
Nigga.
What's the order?
What's the order, nigga?
What's the order?
What's the order?
I'm saying who first?
It ain't no order.
I don't know.
It ain't no order, nigga. I said, come on.
I was digging the shirt. The shirt?
The shirt
That
was
shirt?
Oh,
You seen that shirt he had on?
I hit him with green yesterday.
Yeah, that was good money. That was
green.
good money, Malcolm.
I
thought talent was gonna go in on me.
That was leprechaun lingerie you had. It was
I thought he was gonna go in on me.
It had a silk. No, it was nice. It was nothing to fuck with. I mean, it was nice, man. Somebody said, "What colors?" Because it had a shimmy to it that when you move and the light hit at certain angles, it looked darker or lighter up to the
Iridescent.
Yeah.
That's a woman's words. Iridescent.
What's the word?
I had
iridescent.
I'm not fucking with it. I'm still working on potpourri. Fuck y'all. Go ahead.
I was with. What was crazy about that show, right? I was with Capone the day before. The day before that, I was with Teray. Now I'm with my #1 comedian of all times, Talent. Right? Love working with him, but it's like an audition, as always, because there's too many niggas want to fuck with him. So it's always an audition. So now I gotta go on after the greatest comedian on planet Earth. That's killing it, right? Killing it. He don't just talk a little shit. Killing it. But you don't know when you're going on. Don't worry about when you're going on, okay? You're going on. That's what he says to me. Don't worry about when you're going on. So now I'm not enjoying the show. I love watching him. Now I don't give a fuck what he's saying, okay? Now I'm sitting there holding my hand, holding my shirt, right? And he's talking, but don't worry. Then you got Rodney Perry beside him with his arms crossed, right? So now I never worked with Rodney Perry, so this is like a big audition for me. And you can't fuck up. But yeah, you're right. I had a great time, man. It was a good show, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a show Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I was cool with it. But it was just going on after, in my opinion, the best motherfucker that do it, not knowing when you're going on, and you can't fuck up. You know, it's crazy. But I had a good time, man.
But let me
explain
the background of it so it makes sense. So you don't think I'm just some maniac doing it, right?
We all audition for him, Malcolm. We all audition. It's every time it's an audition.
So I'm raised in the school of the Uptown Comedy Club. RIP to the late great Monterey Ivy. Now Monterey Ivy, and you can ask around anybody. This is not me blowing smoke up and nobody asked. You think I'm a good? This nigga, I don't know how he did it, but he cornered the market in math, right? And he was just a master. So this motherfucker, what he would do was, that was his thing. I'm not going to tell you guys when you go up, because when you come out to do a show, when you walk in that venue, he says, you already clocked in. You don't clock in. If I say you third, you fucking smoke weed and bullshit, the first two comedians, and then you want to get ready. He said, no, you should always be. He said, because in actuality, thank me later, which I did. He said, you'll thank me later, but you're going to be, no instance is perfect. You're going to be a lot of situations where they tell you this is what it is, and that ain't what it is. On off guard. He said, that's so true. The best way to prepare for that is what I do to y'all. I don't tell you when it is, so you can't prepare. So you know what happens after a certain amount of years of not being able to prepare? You already prepared.
Are prepared. Yep.
I like that.
You know
but don't do that shit right now, nigga. Save that shit for later, nigga.
Oh no, you want? It worked for you.
Yeah, it did.
When he came off of Amir, the nigga had the nigga before he went on. He was so mad I wouldn't tell him the order. He had that face of like I had to look down like, do this nigga got a knife, right? So, that face in the beginning, and then when he got off, he had such a big set and great response. Next face was, what you doing?
The fuck you trying to do to me, nigga?
Hey, no, but great show. I want to get your opinion and point of view of the night. You know, how did it play out for you?
Oh, that night, man, it was great from beginning to end. Everybody did good, like you were saying. Everybody did good. You know what I'm saying? Tommy did good. You did good. Everybody that hit the stage, you know, definitely did their thing. Them people, I can tell them people ain't never seen no shit like that before. Because I don't think they was expecting it to be fire like that. All that shit they seen last night. That show should have been recorded. It was actually a great show. You know what I'm saying? Especially with you hosting, when you do your shit. And I mean, then everybody else killing it after that. Then Rodney Perry man, that night, it was a good night. It was definitely a good night. I was only on the Sunday one. I don't know about the Saturday, but that Sunday thing. If y'all saying that Saturday was crazy,
every night
that
was
Sunday
like
was crazy.
that. Every night was
Yeah.
like. Speaking of that, of a great weekend at Aruga's. This past weekend, Friday the Saturday Talent Friends, Sunday Rodney Perry and Friends, and
Right.
so good. Guess what? We're back in there Saturday and Sunday. I'm teaming up. We're bringing. I'm teaming up with my man right here with the suit jacket,
Right.
and bumper to bumper. Marquis in the living room. What up, Keith?
Marquise in the building.
Can we?
We can't hear you, brother.
Yeah. Yo, Talent. You like that Batman?
He with us ahead of curfew anyway, so whatever.
Yo. Hey, T.
Yeah.
That Batman was corny, man. Come on, man.
You didn't like it?
Nah. First of all, it just was funny to me because I laugh at everything. He came on the scene of three cases. Right. And all 3 cases, every time he walked in, they was like, get this nigga out of here. Who is this nigga? Nobody, the police didn't like him at all. Get this bum out of here. Who the fuck is this?
Don't like Batman.
They was kicking him out every time he come up on the scene.
Right. That's accurate though. The police, Batman is a vigilante. So
right.
You gotta realize the police frown upon that type of shit. So they hate him because not only a vigilante, he's getting it done. So he's fucking with them. So they never like, if you look at the comic and follow Batman, that's where the Dark Knight comes from. He became an actual villain. He was helping, and they looked at him and started chasing him like a villain. But that's Batman's history.
And I don't know about, was it COVID or what, but they had no budget on that goddamn thing because you know how Batman is always flying and helicopter. This nigga was walking the whole goddamn time. He never flew. He never used a rope. He walked to every place. He walking down.
This is why we can't. Value.
The nigga was walking the whole night.
It's early Batman. He don't have all that shit.
He didn't have shit, man. He had nothing. He had nothing to work with.
He's walking. That's not. You know what? I can't do this, man. I got like 8 minutes left. All right. Thank you for hanging out.
All right, man. I get with you, man.
Take care, Malcolm.
All right, baby.
Take care, Malcolm.
No, but see, what he don't understand is Batman. Didn't I tell y'all this is Batman 1? He's in the first two. So he got a little bit of gadgets. It's not like Dark Knight where this nigga got a fucking tank and a submarine and nigga Bruce Wayne and this nigga coming here mad as a motherfucker. Marquise, you hear us?
I can hear you.
Keith.
Can you hear me?
Marquise.
Yeah,
what's
you ready?
up?
Yeah, we ready? You ready for next weekend?
Absolutely ready. I'm always ready.
So next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, John Hinton from the Hugh Lee Show, Living Single, Overton, one of the classic. That's the thing about black sitcoms. You know you winning when your character survives.
Facts.
You can't shake your character. Rerun, Overton. You know what I mean?
Dwayne Wayne.
No rent.
Hey, look, I had a customer today. She didn't buy a car, but she bought 2 tickets to the show on Saturday.
Okay. How's she gonna get there though? How's she gonna get there?
No, she got a car. She just didn't want to buy my car.
Well, trust me, your business is about to start booming right now. The car business is about to start booming right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is have like a Ukraine sale or some shit like that. Put some signs up. My car bomb.
Oh God.
But anyway, Marquis. So I'm telling the people about the weekend. Let's get your point of view, man. Was you there every night?
I didn't make it Friday.
Okay.
But I was there Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so you missed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So give us your take. Give us your review. You Cisco and Ebert.
Saturday, well, I have nothing bad to say. You always put on the best shows. Like who don't know that? Both shows were awesome. The talent was awesome. The atmosphere is great. The food is good.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you that goddamn quesadilla I had Saturday was
Bata.
at that Bassa fishing and with the shrimp. What?
Yeah, last night I had those ribs. Them ribs was, man, look, I almost called out of work. I overslept so much. Eating those ribs from last night.
Hey, black people still eating ribs, huh?
Hey, look, and then they put them in a pizza box. There was so many of them. I was like, I looked in the box. I said, I didn't order pizza. They said, no, sir, your ribs is in there. I said, oh shit, y'all put a whole rib in there.
Oh my God.
It looked like some shit from the Flintstones.
So listen, before you get to the weekend, you got your Thursday this week. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, I got TK Kirkland coming into town at South Valley Barbecue in West Orange. Little weekly Thursday night I do.
Ain't nothing little about hanging over there.
Yeah, that is true. And we're about to start doing the brunches over there. Me and you. Comedy after brunch.
Man, you banging over there, bro. Thursday, man. Go check them out in West Orange. Special guest. You got 2 shows this Thursday, right? TK Kirkland?
Yeah, the first one sold out. We got a 10 o'clock show. Just added.
Thursday night, 10 o'clock, TK Kirkland. Go check them out. Go to Bumper Comedy on IG and Facebook and all that. Bumper to Bumper, the number 2, Bumper to Bumper Comedy, and check out the shows up and coming. Like you said, we got the comedy brunch coming up. He does the Thursday nights over there. This weekend, John Hinton back at Arugas for Saturday and Sunday. That's my man Marquise. Drive careful, brother.
Marquise.
All right. Deuces.
Yes, sir.
I like that. I'm glad he made it in, man. Yeah, so he's a dude I don't mind sharing a little revenue with. You know what I mean? He plays the game fair. That's all I care about. I don't like working with people. At the end of the night, all the hidden shit come out. What is this one about? Oh yeah, I had to get sneakers for the place. You gotta wear sneakers. I'm like, shit to me, nigga. So no, but it was a great time. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because you said the word yourself, Sharon. This shit was inspiring.
It was.
For me, it was inspiring. As much as I work, it gave me a moment to reflect and think about the weekend in an overall sense. And that's what I came up with. Like, damn, T, this is that 90s energy all over again.
Yeah. Like I said, and beyond the 90s energy, like I said, it was just a really great powwow between, great minds and great energy. Like, to, get there, be able to sit and talk to Jeff Fox, to be able to get there and sit and talk to Sean Harvey, be able to get and sit and talk to Rodney Perry, like, and really just, have a great dialogue, as, Sharonda alluded to earlier. It just was so dope. And then everybody really, like I said, pouring into everybody. It wasn't just a one-sided thing. It was a collective of, everybody kind of sharing in, the beauty of the weekend. Like I said, the people coming up who, obviously have been, like I said, a part of this journey, even for me. And, what we've started with, somebody came up and talked about when we was White Wednesday. It was like, when you bringing that back? And I was like, wow, yeah, you really remember that. So it was just a great weekend of wonderful memories. And just like I said, an ability to just pour into each other. Like, I really came away from the weekend super motivated by each and every person who was there, and watching them flourish in their own way. And like I said, I swear the 2 after shows though was hilarious. The sister from Chicago, when Chocolate Shy, when she shut us down with the commentary about the cats, we all went.
Oh, you know what? Yo, shout out to her. She went in for a little surgery today morning. So,
yes.
Blessings and prayers with her. I'm gonna reach out to her.
I reach out to her. She hasn't responded yet.
Yeah, I think she will be out of it. Right? Send me a text in the morning with the number and the place and everything. But I already know, like, you're gonna be out of it today. So the morning, or the morning might, or tomorrow afternoon might be a little better reach out. But yeah, been praying for old sis, man. She's a good person, man, and she's over here, made the plunge, moved here. She ain't got nobody here, just us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's amazing.
She gangster too. She gangster.
Gangster, man. So she told me some stories, and I'm like, God
damn.
Yeah. She broke up with her last man, and the nigga left the dog. She said, oh, this motherfucking dog took the dog to where he worked and chained this nigga
to the bumper.
Van. It ain't even this nigga's van. It's just a van that happened to be us.
Yeah.
She said she tied the Red Bull to the fan and left him. I said,
Yeah.
"Dad?" She said, I did it. Leave
Yeah.
this dog here so you have a reason to come back. Yo,
Hilarious.
women ain't shit, so you have a reason to come back. I said, well, that nigga bought the dog for you. Is it just that nigga want to come back?
Yeah.
Tied this motherfucker with regular rope to a goddamn van door. You don't even know who Van is. Like, people are fucking crazy. But she's good. She's fam now, and it's all great.
Love it.
Listen, Sharonda, thank you, baby, for hanging out with us.
Yes.
And more importantly, thank you for all your hard work this past weekend. I know
Yes.
I was it, and you showed up, signed, sealed, delivered, got it all done, and I appreciate that. Thank you, baby.
All day, every day. Robin Hood Entertainment for life. I was so happy and honored to hang with y'all this weekend. You know, energy begets energy. And we're gonna keep rocking out. We ain't done yet. This is just the beginning. COVID kind of going away a little bit. We out in this field. So whatever it is, y'all see me posting. My Instagram is right here on the page. You want to follow me, get to these shows, get to find out what this real energy is all about, and come get some laughs. We could all use some.
Hell yeah. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you.
Love y'all to death.
You already know.
Take care.
All right.
Yes, Sharonda.
Yeah, man, that was a stone cold blast, man. But yeah, so let this weekend and let these stories and these testimonials of today be the little guiding light or reason, man, to make you, feel inspired for you to week. It don't have to be comedy, necessarily, to be something else. But I think just show like today, where a bunch of faces and voices get on here and just go back and forth and banter and rant and rave about people, good people being around good people, having a good time. Ain't nobody got smacked up. Ain't no knife come out. Ain't no gun come out. Nobody fell on the floor. No broke a glass on somebody. No chair. Nothing. It was just good people around good people. And the show.
Yeah, I concur. And only thing I would add to it again is, for what I did also take away from the weekend was watching people who have done the work reap the benefits of doing the work. We look for motivational stuff in everything that we do, or we look for the positive in everything that we do. And when you start getting positive feedback about whatever it is you do, and I don't care what it is, if you're an artist and you're painting, if you're a chef, you have a catering business, but when you start getting people who come to you and they tell you, in the most interesting moments that they are a fan of your work, it shows you that just do the work. I know most of us think there's inroads and all these other, nefarious things that put you on. And it's not. It's just doing the work. I sat there, Jeff Fox poured into me more in that moment than I've ever had, somebody pour into me. And, Talon has had the pleasure of, working with that gentleman for many years. And I've been, a friend of his and friends with him for many years. But to hear it from greats and to hear it from people who have gone down pathways that you may be either looking to go down or be a part of, take those moments, drink that stuff in, take those notes, because what you'll be able to do is someday sit and talk as peers, not so much as just fans anymore. And that's a beautiful thing onto itself as well.
Hey, man, said it best, brother. Everybody out there, thank y'all for tuning in and getting this word from all these different people today. We love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Be strong, people. Until next Monday on this show, Motivation Monday, one more again with the King Amir Silly, your boy Talon Harris, and today's special guest host, Sharonda Rogers. Thank y'all. Be safe out there. Time to walk these dogs and represent.
We love you.